Vivo X27. As a high-end model, that was only released in China in 2019. The sales volume is not bad. So, in China, there is a certain amount of market retention. So how is the screen replacement of this model in the domestic market today? In last 2 years, X27 is a relative new model. It has a small demand for screen replacement. It was not until the second half of last year that some X27 screen replacements began to appear in the market. Now X27 screen replacements are gradually becoming available, which can be regarded as a relatively common screen replacement model. As a high-end model, the original screen of the X27 is a hard OLED glass ordered from Samsung, which is a 6.39-inch full screen with a resolution of Full HD. With this parameter in 2019, it can be regarded as the leading model of Vivo. So what are the types of X27 screens currently circulating in the aftermarket? Original series, OLED screen and TFT screen. Take a look at the screens of original series. Brand new original screen. Disassembly screen. Refurbished screen. Firstly, look at the brand new original screen. X27 brand new screens are rarely available in the market because domestic brand factories have more and more strict and standardized control over the supply chain. For example, in previous years, the original screens can be made through some gray channels. With the improvement of laws and regulations, and the blooming of after-sales screen modification schemes, such gray channels are becoming less and less. So there are almost no brand new original screens on the market. If you want the original screen, it had just disassembly screen. There are disassembly screens, but not many, and the price is relatively expensive. Next, look at the refurbished screen. In the market, as long as there is a business of refurbished screen, they are basically also doing the X27. Because few people invested in refurbished screen of X27 in the previous 2 years, and there were few choices of screen quality types. Therefore, as long as the screen needs to be replaced, it was replaced with a refurbished screen in the past 2 years. There are a relative large market retention of refurbished screen currently, and the price range is relatively large. The current price of the refurbished screen is about 30. Why is the same refurbished screen? The price will be so different? Because the OLED screen will have aging problems. There will be a large price difference, with different aging degrees. However, except for the aging difference of the display part, there is not much difference in the stability of other functions. Generally speaking, the refurbished screen is a relatively reliable original screen. The price of the X27 refurbished screen is not that expensive compared to the current OLED screen. Let's take a look at the X27 OLED screen. Currently, the number of X27 OLED screen is relatively small, mainly because the shipment of X27 screen is small. In this case, the total investment of the factory to open molds to make glass will not change much. Otherwise, if the shipment volume cannot keep up, the products may be unsaleable, and then lose money. Therefore, there are only 2 OLED screens circulating in the market, K&D and Edo. These 2 OLED glasses, with sizes of 6.35 and 6.36 inch respectively, are both COF scheme, Full HD OLED screen. Generally speaking, the display effect is okay, and the window is very close to the original 6.39 inch. Therefore, some people call these 2 glasses one-to-one original windows. These 2 screens both have fingerprint unlock function, due to the Edo glass has a better light transmittance than K&D. Therefore, Edo has a better performance in fingerprint recording and unlocking. There is only a small price difference between these 2 screens, about 74 cents. The price difference between refurbished cheapy screen is about $10. So in this case, should you choose a refurbished screen or an OLED screen? OLED screens are made of new glasses, and there is no aging phenomenon in the display effect. What about the refurbished screen? The price of the newer refurbished screen is relatively expensive. There are different degrees of aging refreshed screens, and the display effect looks not as good as OLED screens. In a word, how to choose depends on the specific needs of customers and the acceptance of prices. Finally, look at the INCELL screen. At present, there is only one INCELL screen made by BOE's glass, with 6.3-inch/Full HD resolution. COG scheme circulating on the market. The window is relatively smaller than the original one, and the glass of this screen is not made for X27 only. This glass also suitable for Samsung A20/A30/A50 and other 6.3-inch screens. After receiving the 6.3-inch glass from BOE, the upstream factory specially opened a scheme suitable for X27, and then processed it into X27 screen. Of course, some people said that it is made of Tianma's glass. In fact, the glass of X27 for INCELL screen. As far as we knew, there is only BOE 6.3-inch glass in the market at present. However, after each factory gets the glasses, the consumables used for processing, including backlight, polarizing and other materials, are different. The price of these INCELL screens is less than $20, and the price difference of different materials and processes is less than $3. At present, there are not many X27 INCELL screens, because this model has not been sold in batch yet. It is expected that in the second half of this year, some factories may use 6.33-inch INCELL and TCL glass to develop separate scheme for the X27 screen. In short, the number of this INCELL screen in the market depends on the timing of the screen replacement quantity. Everyone is willing to do it if the quantity is large enough. Everyone is unwilling to do it if the quantity is small. The screens of this model X27, including original screen, OLED screen, INCELL screen, have their own distinctive features. These screens, whether they are domestic brands or contacted supplier channels, these screen types and characteristics are basically in the range we are talking about today. We will continue to pay attention to how the screen market of X27 will evolve in the future, and how the price will fluctuate. Follow Chino Tech, take you to know the first-hand screen market information.